Hi, everyone. Welcome to Soul Talk. I'm Patty Malik, and today Beth Herndobler is back with us. We're going to do a special Q&A, little mini sessions with Beth today, and she was gracious enough to come back. She was here about a month ago, and I said, let's do a special mini session with the audience, because I know the last time she was here we didn't get to work with too many people, and I would love for you to really experience her work and get a feel for it. She's a former trial attorney that turned energy healer. I love that. And intuitive spiritual counselor. She's a certified intuitive strategist, medium, and divine channel. And at the age of 57, she finally dove into this work. She said it took that radical, terrifying move for Beth to open to the divine feminine waiting to come through her and to develop and deepen her lifelong connection with the divine realm. Only in the face of that bold move was Beth able to open to psychic, medium, intuitive, spiritual counselor, and energy healer that she is and always has been. And I love, so many of us, that are in that age group. This is kind of where that opening came for all, many of us. There's something very special about that time in our life. And it was no different with Beth. I'm so excited that she's here with us, and I want to welcome you back. Thanks for being here, Beth.
Oh, thank you for having me back, Patty, and thank you, everybody, for joining us. It's my pleasure, my honor, and my delight to serve your community, and it's always just, Patty, I get excited to connect with you, so thank you for inviting me.
I love that. I had said, that we're definitely Lemurian sisters. That connection is just like immediate. Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely.
And I know that you wanted to start us off with a process, but I just wanted to let our audience know, maybe some had not been here the last time you were here or familiar with your work, but you help to really clear and flush what's blocking us and obstructing us so that we can hear that call of the divine. Is that right?
Yes. And, what came through as I was listening to you introduce me was that for myself and so many of us, we wait for the tragedy, the really tough stuff to come, the complete breakdown. Breakdown is breakthrough, and we wait for that to allow ourselves to open, and that's not necessary. It works, but it's a lot easier and more seamless. My favorite phrase is with ease and grace. Let's do it with ease and grace. If you allow yourself to connect with those people that you are called to work with so that you can receive the work, let the work do the work, and expand, ascend, open, and become more mindfully conscious of all of your own gifts, of who you are and what you came here to be, do, have, and create, what your purpose work is, that's a lot more delightful than waiting for some horrible thing to happen. It wasn't 100% horrible, but for me it was very traumatic. I pushed everything to the limit with my old life before I said I can't do this anymore. And that's what I offer, is I can help you cross that bridge from where you are to where you want to be, where you sense that, where you long to get to the other side so that you can live your life full out, happy every day, just because you woke up and life is grand. And it's just so wonderful to have that be what frames my day and my work, and not, I used to say even as a lawyer that the only reason we need lawyers is because there's problems in the world. You don't need a lawyer unless something's wrong or you're preparing for something to be wrong. And so that's what I learned, is we don't have to wait for something to go wrong. We can simply honor the call that we hear within to move forward and open up.
Yeah. I know I'm guilty of the same. You stay with what's safe even though you're miserable. And, I said the same thing. I can't take this anymore. And, my work came through as a vision, and I thought, oh, shit, I have to do this. I knew that was my work, And it was like taking that jump off the bridge, just letting go of everything in the past and, the job and everything. And, but, we didn't know ease and grace then.
No, not at all. And I can't urge everyone listening to just take that moment every day. Take some time in stillness and silence, whatever you want to call it, to tune in and connect with the divine, with the universe, with Mother Earth, to see what is being asked of you. Because if you hear that call, the hard stuff, the true breakdown is not going to come because you're already listening. The breakdown comes because you're not listening.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. The universe is kind of giving you a kick in the butt,
That's right. It starts as a whisper, and if you don't listen, it's going to end up being a sledgehammer to the head if you push it that far.
Yeah. So tell us about this activation, this process that you want to take us through before we dive into our callers.
So the Fibinacci series spiral sequence is a naturally occurring set of numbers and energy that it occurs in nature. It's in all flowers. You can use it with the stock market. I don't want to spend too much time talking about the mathematical aspect, but the energetic aspect of it is that if you are tapped into the Fibonacci flow, I'll put it, then you have available to you exponential expansion. So think, for example, if you invest money well and all of a sudden the dollar turns into 10,000, that's the power of the Fibonacci versus I have a job and I earn $15 an hour and for every hour that's all I get. That's linear, trading time for money. Exponential expansion, and I'm using these 3D examples so people who aren't familiar with it can get it, but exponential expansion or being in the flow is where you can tap into that sort of great return on your investment. And so we're today going to use a Fibonacci spiral brush to cleanse out our brains and especially our pineal gland, which is connected with our third eye and which is connected to our ability to receive from the divine. And in that way, we'll be able to open and receive just a little bit more of that divine prompting and information that is wanting to be heard within us. So you ready?
I am ready.
So everyone sit comfortably or lay down, whatever is most comfortable for you. I am not a person who believes your spine has to be upright and straight. I believe you need to be comfortable so that you can come into the present moment and release all that connection to the physical. So let's begin by taking 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, exhaling with a little sound. We're going to breathe in joy, then peace, and then love. And on the exhale, you're going to let everything that is not that go. So breathing in joy, letting everything else go. And now breathe in peace. Let all else go. And now fill your whole body with love and release everything that is not a vibrational match to the frequency of love. Now bring your attention to your third eye and drop it down to your heart space, standing on the doorsteps to your heart, imagining that you have doors there to your heart that you can open and step inside. And there from that center point, you're going to imagine a diamond white light flowing up from the center of your heart through your throat chakra, through your third eye, and out your crown. You're going to send it way high up to the furthest reaches of the galaxy to where you will see, sense, feel, or just imagine there's a diamond star point with your name on it, and you're going to lasso that star point, wrap your white light around it a few times so that you are securely connected with the light that is you. And now run your white light, bringing all that star energy with it. Run it all the way back down to your crown and back to the center point of your heart. From that same center point, we're now going to ground into the earth. So imagine a stout gold grounding cord about as wide as your physical body. You're going to send it down from your heart, through your power center, through your sacral chakra, out your root. You're going to also send it down your legs and out the soles of your feet to tap into those earth star chakra points that are underneath the soles of your feet, and then send your grounding cord down into the center of Mother Earth, where you will see, sense, feel, or just imagine that there's a golden ball of grace light, a big fiery ball that is the center of Mother Earth. And you're going to lock your grounding cord into that gold ball, really lock it in so that you're securely grounded in the energy of Mother Earth. And now run the cord, bringing with it the grace light from Mother Earth's ball. Bring all that back up. See it re-enter the soles of your feet. Flow it back up and re-enter your root. And flow it up to the center point of your heart space where it meets the white light from above. Turn your attention to the convergence point where the gold and the white light meet, and expand it out into a column of energy that's about arm's distance around you and runs from that grounding point below to that expanding, stabilizing point above. Just feel into, almost as if you have a beach ball of golden white light that's running, being lifted from below up to the top point where your star is, and then bump it down. And just let that gold and white light source you, flow in through and as you, filling this column that supports and stabilizes you and connects you to all that is. Just feeling into the expansion that's available here as you stand connected at both these points, as above, so below. And now turn your attention to your third eye, just in front of your third eye, and imagine there is a Fibinacci spiral brush. It is luminous white, and you may infuse it with the colors and ribbons of any other energy that is calling to you. Starts in the center and it rotates towards the right. Just let it warm up and draw those energies towards it. And at the same time, we're going to create a vortex vacuum beneath our feet and underneath our aura. You're going to set that running counterclockwise towards the left, and then you're going to sink the narrow funnel end of that vortex vacuum into that gold ball at the center of the earth. We'll use this vacuum for everything that you release to be sent down into the earth to that gold ball that is Mother Earth's recycling plant. And all that you release today will be donated to her for her own use and healing. So you working towards yourself, taking this time for self-care, is also you being of service to the earth, much needed at this time. So honor yourself for your willingness to do this work in that way. And then just let that vortex vacuum run. You can even imagine opening the soles of your feet and directing out any dense, sticky, sludgy, gummy energy that no longer serves your highest interest. Just direct out of all of your bodies, mental, physical, emotional, energetic, or spiritual. Just direct those bodies to release now that which no longer serves, letting it go. And now return your attention to that Fibonacci spiral brush that is warmed up and ready to go. And imagine calling it in through your third eye into the center of your head. It's rotating towards the right. Pull it all the way into the center of your head and let it begin its cleansing process. As it rotates to the right, it draws towards it, magnetizing all calcification, especially that around your pineal gland, all density, all blocks, all sticky, sludgy, tarry bits and pieces of energy that have become stagnant. Allow it to move around in whatever way it chooses, just observing what is occurring. Notice what you notice. And for those who are able to sense or see or feel the angelic realm, you will see that Archangel Michael is here to support this work, as is the healer Raphael, Gabriel, the archangel charged with creation, inspiration, and creativity, Divine Mother, as well as Saint Germain. Just feeling into these angelic beings who have come here today to assist all of us in clearing and cleansing what is obstructing us, opening to and receiving the truth and light of each and every one of us. Together we rise. And this is why we do this work on a group level, attended by this magnificent team, this group of divine angelic beings. So now, let that Fibonacci spiral brush just gently cascade down through your throat, grabbing anything that obstructs you speaking the truth and light of you to yourself and to others, down into your heart space. It continues its rotation, pulling out any little old hurts and wounds, sense of betrayal and loss. Let it flow down into your power center there in your belly, allowing it to gather and draw out anything that obstructs you standing fully in the power that is you. Allow it now to rotate down into your sacral chakra so that all your passion, your fun, the lightness of being is opened up. All those channels and pathways are opened as everything that opposes that is drawn into the spiral brush, down into your root chakra. Anything that opposes you being able to ground with ease and grace is drawn out so that the earth may support you in your ascension process. And then let that Fibonacci spiral brush go down into the vortex, just letting it drop into that vortex vacuum. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, lean forward, letting everything go into that vortex that does not serve you. And then shut that vortex down, letting it draw out and down all that does not serve. Bring your attention to your crown, and you will see that Saint Germain and his violet flame have taken a position at the top of your head, and he is opening the light of his heart and the violet flame from the palms of his hand, channeling it down, that beautiful violet flame, into your crown, allowing it to fill and reset and recalibrate everything in your brain, the pineal, the pituitary, the thalamus, the hypothalamus, the medulla oblongata at the base of your head. Everything is being reset to this higher vibrational frequency of flowing as one with all that is. And then swiftly let this beautiful violet flame cascade down through all of your body, down your legs, and fill your body full of this violet flame until it flows out and over into your auric field. Take a moment to feel into and to observe what it feels like to receive the gift of this flame from the heart of Saint Germain. The peace, the oneness, the expanded, illuminated, all that is. Feel into that now. And now to close out the work, we're going to create a protective layer for your auric field. Since there is a lot going on the earth, energetically, physically, a lot of chaos, a lot of shifts. There are solar flares. There's just so much going on in all dimensions that you want to stay protected. So imagine a beautiful cobalt blue coming down from above and surrounding your auric field. And now outside of that, you're going to layer in beautiful pink, the rose quartz pink. Next, we're going to layer the outer edge of your aura with gold. And finally, to seal it all in, Divine Mother ascends, and from her heart and the palms of her hands sends her white light to surround your auric field and protect you with the love and light of Divine Mother. Take a deep breath in to seal in all of this work. Keep your attention as you begin to come all the way back, right here, right now. Keep your attention in the present, in the now moment, feeling into the flow that you've created, the flow that you've tapped into, the oneness as above, so below. And so gently, when you're ready, open your eyes and just notice what you notice. You might notice the light seems different. Perhaps the air feels different. Your body may feel tingly or lighter. You might not notice anything. Observing what you observe, whatever that is or isn't, helps the work to integrate into the physical. So just take a little time now, and as we move through the rest of the call, to just continue being in the present, noticing what you notice. Beautiful work, everybody.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
You're so welcome. It was delicious, wasn't it?
It was. I was telling you before the call that I felt so scattered today, that I couldn't even meditate, and now I feel wonderful. Thank you.
Good. That's fabulous. I do too. I was experiencing that same energy. I usually meditate straight away when I got up, but today I had to get up out of bed and get going because it was like, all right, this isn't happening. And I meditated before the call, and that helped, but this really did it. So,
yeah.
Now listen on the replay. Do it again. You'll feel it even stronger. The more you do it, the stronger it is.
Oh, I'm going to do it again. Yes. Thank you. Beth, we're going to dive into our audience. We're going to give them a second to come back. And you can hit *2 on the phone line if you would like to work with Beth, to raise your hand, or you can type questions into the webcast. Is there anything that you want our audience to, any restrictions or anything you would like for them to guidelines for questions, or are you just open to whatever?
I'm open to whatever people have on their minds. I do not need your story. I just need to know what you are looking for. So, what does my higher self want me to know? Where am I blocked? What is blocking me from? And that might be abundance, happiness, love, whatever. But I absolutely do not need your story. In fact, it can frequently interfere with the work because it's activating your mental mind, which is going to get working because the mind always wants to protect. So if you get going in the story, the mind gets really active and it's not going to be as easy for you to receive the work. So stay away from the story, and as I am working with one, if this feels like it's for you, you only need to say yes, even internally, yes, for me as well, and then you will receive the work. Everyone who gets called on is actually in a group setting like this, a surrogate for the whole. So there will be, you'll get something out of every person, but specifically if you hear someone asking for something that you know touches you, definitely speak that out. Yes, that's for me. And you'll get the work in spades.
Okay, wonderful. And also, just make sure you just keep it to one question. So, we have a lot of people waiting, and let's try and give as many people a chance as possible. So we're going to start. With Kim in California, and the last four digits are 4744.
Yes. Hello.
Hi, Kim.
Is it Kim?
It's Kim. My question would be, what does my higher self want me to know?
Your higher self wants you to know that you have a beautiful heart. And the way that I see the heart, because I am very clairvoyant, visual, that in the way I experience that is internally. There's a sense that this is true for you, meaning I don't see angels and auras in the room, but if I close my eyes, I see them inside. And for you, that's a way you can tune in a better way to your intuitive gifts. You are clairvoyant, and there is much that the divine in your higher self wants to show you. And so what they're showing me is that there's this beautiful, very etheric, very wispy, waspy heart that starts under your feet. The pointed end is under your feet, and then it comes up and humps right over your shoulders with the center point being at your heart space. And it would really assist you and everyone who is wanting to open to more love and flow of love. And I'm not talking romantic love, though if that's your interest, you can call that in, but just to feel the love, the delight of love in every way. Bring the whole, it's like this wants to be an orb, almost like a second aura around you. So you need to work on visualizing this heart orb coming up above your head as well as down under your feet. And you don't want it to be so wispy. You want to fill it in. So in your meditation and as you're moving through your day, even just touching your heart and saying, okay, activate, like they do with the kids in the superhero movies, activate. And fill it in. Does this make sense to you?
It does. It does. That's beautiful. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Good luck. You have a beautiful, bright, heartfelt future.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Kim. Wow. It's interesting. I was just using those words the other day with my neighbor. Her daughters had brought me a welcome to the neighborhood cards, and I said, your daughters have such beautiful hearts. I was so overwhelmed by these cards that they had made me, and it's interesting that you use those same words, I'd never heard that before, but it just kind of came through for me. Yeah.
That's the quantum field right there. That's a perfect teaching moment, Patty, because that's the power of the quantum, what's available to each and every one of us, and especially it's why we need to be mindful of where we connect on a group setting, because an M field is connected, a morphogenetic energetic field is connected whenever two or more are joined together, and it has that exponentially expansive power. So the energy of those girls and their big hearts is part of this right now because you brought them here.
Interesting. Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Very cool. I love
Nobody
it.
taught me that in court, or I might have won more.
No, they didn't.
I don't want even more.
That's great. Okay. We have Dharani. She is in Australia, and she obviously is writing in on the webcast. So I'm
sorry, can you tell me her name again?
Dharani, Darani.
Okay, thank you.
And she would love to know where she is blocked.
An interesting place, Dharani. It's your right hip in the front, so right above where your thigh bone connects to your hip bone. So I guess like your lower abdomen, there's a big block there, and it comes from a past life having to do with, it feels like torture. It may not have specifically been you were tortured by authorities, so to speak, but maybe the way that you had to live your life and the work. There's a strong sense that in this past life you literally worked yourself to death, and that your right leg, which is the area, at least for me, I mean, parts of your body and different parts of things mean different things to everyone. So for anyone listening, if this doesn't resonate, that's the part of the body that for you means stepping forward, don't take that on and shift what you're doing. Keep what you've got. For me, the way the divine helps me interpret and see is that the right side of my body, particularly the leg and the knee, are the areas of where you're moving forward into your purpose and into what you're here to do. And it requires for you, Dharani, and for most of us, that we have to let go of the hanging on to the responsibility for that which isn't ours. So in this past life, you brought this with you, and now you're taking it on in this life. You're taking responsibility for too many things that are not really yours, and you need to clear this block so that your right leg, and this is obviously symbolically, I don't literally mean your right leg has a problem, but in order for you to be able to move forward into what more you are here to do, you've got to clear this. So I hope that makes sense to you. If not, get in touch and we can work on it.
Okay. And Dharani, you can type in if you're on the still on the webcast. I'm not sure what time it is in Australia, and we'll watch for that. Okay, we're going to go back to the phone line. Actually, it's a web call. Again, from California. I think it's Georgina.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, Georgina.
Is it Georgina?
Oh, hi, how are you? Thanks for taking my call. Yes, my question is, what message has Saint Germain for me? Something about an initiation or something like that?
I'm sorry, what did you say, your higher self?
No, Saint Germain. There's some
Saint Germain.
initiation from Saint Germain, something about that, yes.
Okay, so Saint Germain has taken up a position right in front of you. It's close your eyes and receive it. He is eye to eye with you, and his message to you is, what are you waiting for? Now is the time. This is the place, and you are the one. And here he turns in a circle, and he's looking at many more people who are on this call that Georgina is, again, being the surrogate for. He's reaching his hands out to you with his palms up, and he's inviting you to place your hands, Georgina, over him, over his, and receive and feel the energy and the connection that is there and is available for you. He does indeed wish to initiate you into the violet flame and is encouraging you to call him in your meditations and to get whatever assistance you need to connect with him so that this initiation can, it's like you're on the very first step. You've stepped off the ground onto the first step, but there's about 10 steps total. So you've got 9 more to go. So open to it, receive it, allow him to come, and by all means regularly put your palms up to receive over his, to receive that beautiful violet flame and energy of Saint Germain. It's a high honor to be called by Saint Germain. You there?
Yes, thank you so much. I feel the energy in my hands. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes, yes. And now he's asking, take your hands left first, place it over your heart, drawing that energy there. Don't quite touch your heart space. And now bring your right hand over the left with a little bit and feel that heat and that energy there. You see, this is how it works. You can move it. So work with that. Bless you, my dear. We need more people initiated into the violet flame. So all of you listening who that speaks to, do this work. Thank you for being here, Georgina.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Georgina. Okay. Whew. Let's see. We're going to go to Ohio. And the last four digits are 5582.
Hello, this
Hello.
is Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Patty. Hi, Beth. How are you?
I'm doing well. How
Wonderful.
about yourself?
Good. My question to you is, why am I blocking my happiness?
And my question to you is, why are you blocking your happiness? That is your higher self. That was not me. I just had to laugh. You are worthy, my dear. That was the actual answer. Why are you? Why don't you ask yourself that question? You are worthy, and there is absolutely no reason for you not to be happy. This is a direct message from your higher self. I invite you to begin right here, right now, and in each and every moment as you move through the day to see and find and connect with the small things all around you, the treasure in the dirt. And here your higher self is winking at me because that's how I started finding the treasure in the dirt when my 3-year-old grandson asked me to not be on task to go through our day but stop and look in the dirt. And I'm like, come on, man, you're killing me. But stopping to look in the dirt, to look at the flowers, to smell the air, to feel the breeze, to put your hand on a tree, this is the way to reboot and to clear and cleanse out those hard shells around you that have been implanted. You have implanted. Your systems have created to protect you because being happy means you're going to be unhappy. That's the message that you're running. That's the program. So you want to clear that. There's layers to this that I most certainly could help you with. I can't do much more here than what we're doing, but that invitation from your higher self to begin noticing the beauty and the joy and the happiness that just is. Every morning the birds are going to sing. Every morning the sun is going to shine whether you see it or not. It's shining as the earth rotates. The trees live, the plants bloom. All that is happening if you take the time to notice and draw that life force energy, which is the equivalent of happiness, in. You will begin finding the way to be happy for no reason in each and every moment. With great joy, you can move about your day. Everything will feel different, though nothing has changed. Your homework, as is for everyone in the group, whether you think you have an issue with happiness or not, it doesn't matter. This is your homework from Carrie's higher self to yours. Get a song that uplifts you. It does not need to be sacred. When I was told to do this, my song was Happy, the Pharrell Williams song from Despicable Me. This made me very frustrated and angry when I was told this because I wanted the answer, not telling me to hear a song. But I began playing that song, and I'm getting full-body chills for you, Carrie. Maybe Happy's your song. I don't know. But
I like that song.
And watch the video. Play it on your phone so that you can see the video with Pharrell and all the different kinds of people just being happy. I mean, they're not professionals. They're not dancers or actors. They're regular people, fat, short, thin, tall, everything. And they just are happy. And play that and dance around like nobody's watching and allow that energy to infuse within you. This is like your step one to happiness, okay?
Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And every day, and this is for everyone, really this is for everyone, when you brush your teeth, I want you to stop and look in the mirror and say, you are worthy, eye to eye, soul to soul. You are worthy of happiness, and I love you. Repeat that. Say it so I know you got it.
I am worthy. Say the last part again.
I don't even know because.
I am worthy and I love myself. I have a hard time.
There you go.
That, so,
I knew you'd get it.
Yeah.
And you can even say, you're worthy, talking to the eyes, to yourself. You're worthy and I love you. You can change it up. But every day, acknowledge yourself, soul to soul, in that way, and then set about seeing the beautiful happiness that lies all around you. Listen to your song and begin to raise your vibration, and then you can explore where it comes from and go to the deeper layers.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Much love to you, my dear.
Thank you, Carrie. I love that. I love that song, Happy. You threw it in for a reason. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
We all need to connect with that. Yes, absolutely. Beth, I would love for you to talk about your special offer for a few minutes. I know when you were here last time, we did go into some detail on it, but if you can kind of just give us a synopsis of you've got Package A and Package B, which is an opportunity to work with you. But Package A has a two-part workshop, the fundamentals of the brain and resetting your neural pathways to flow in the matrix of abundance. Tell us a little bit what that's about.
Well, the most interesting thing about what that's about is that the first part of the workshop starts tomorrow, which I didn't realize when you and I scheduled this date. I didn't know that. I don't even know if I had scheduled it. I don't remember. All I know is when I was looking at what I needed to do on my calendar, I was like, oh, the class is tomorrow. Guess I better send the call-in information out. So for anybody who's listening, I mean, there's always a replay, and it's the lecture portion of the workshop, so you don't miss anything if you don't participate tomorrow. It's just very interesting energetically that the universe has brought me back to the show the day before the workshop is going to start. The whole package, whether you do Package A or Package B, which is everything in Package A plus a private session, and the work that I've been doing with the 4 callers that I've had the pleasure to connect with, as well as the activation that we did, that's a taste of what you would get in the private session. We will do a special reprogramming session that is specifically designed to go deeper than what we did today to reprogram and reset the neural pathways in your brain. It's, again, divinely guided, Patty, that you asked me to talk about the package right after Carrie, because those layers of what she was guided to do, she asked, why am I so blocked to happiness? The answer that came through was, let's first raise your vibration, getting you closer into the frequency of happiness, and then once you're there, we can do the clearing to release whatever it is that's making it difficult for you. And that's pretty much that's the work that I do. It's all about quantum physics and the frequencies that are going to get us where we want to go. And this package is put together in a way to support you in that, not just in the time you have with me in the 2-part workshop. We have the first lecture part is the fundamentals of the brain and resetting your neural pathways to flow in that matrix of abundance. And the second part is a live quantum energy lab where you each get to interact with me one-on-one, and your guides, see what your guides, your team, your celestial team, your higher self had to say, much like this Q&A. That's what the quantum energy lab is. And then the rest of the package is giving you the tools to pull yourself through and forward and up and out, blast off, to hold the space for the work and to let the work do the work. So there's several PDFs for how you can develop a daily practice that will support you in this. There are also 4 MP3s of the activations in my Fibonacci series activation, which is really pinpointed towards expanding your ability to manifest abundance in all areas, not just financial, but in love, in health, in happiness, in your vocation. That would be your purpose work. And then, interestingly, when you first asked me about this, what came through so strongly was the product number 4, which is 3 samples of, I do a monthly energy healing call once a month, the first Saturday of every month, and it's a really economical way to keep consistent with the work because it is in the group format. Sometimes we stay on after the call and chat and connect, and sometimes I don't have time for that and we just do the activation. There's usually a little bit of teaching, but it's like keeping the work fresh and keeping you on task. Again, the whole point of it is keep your mental mind at bay so it doesn't think that there's all this stuff going on it needs to protect you from by running all these stories and nonsense and old patterns and so forth, because you're engaging every month in this energy healing call to up level. And the one that came out that popped up when you asked me to talk about this was that the healing with the violet flame of Saint Germain. That is one of my favorites, and that's one of the MP3s that's included in the package. And then the other thing to just kind of round it all out, we're always talking about meditation, and everyone needs to meditate if you want to open, if you want to connect directly. I mean, you can come to me and every other person and keep working with us and paying us, but why don't you go direct? I mean, that's what I teach people to do, how you can get rid of and clear and release what's obstructing and open to, with confidence and clarity, your direct line to the divine. That's what we all want. That's where when you no longer need me, then I've won. It's success. So meditation is a big part of that, but silent meditation doesn't work for everyone. So as a way of rounding out this package, I've included a series of 3 MP3s that are singing mantras, the miracle mantra, the peace mantra, and the prosperity mantra, as well as a PDF that is an introduction to chanting and why we do it, so that if silent meditation isn't your bag, then try this. So all of that to say, the whole package is designed to surround you in a beautiful heart orb of exponential expansion of abundance. And that's it. I was going to say something else.
Wow.
And Saint Germain just put his
Wonderful.
fingers to his lips and said, that's enough. So there you go.
I love it.
Choose you, everybody. Choose you.
Choose you. That package A is $127, and then there's also a 2-pay option available with that. And then your package B includes all of that plus a one-on-one session with you, and that package is $197. And again, there is a 2-pay option with that available as well. And I love, I want to read Deborah Poneman's testimonial. She says that she had 2 sessions with you, and she is so blown away that there are no words to describe her experience. She said, words that come to mind are phenomenal, amazing, awesome, and incredible. And those words do not come close to how powerfully life-changing the experience of these sessions has been for me. She says, I've had the great good fortune over the years to work with many intuitive and spiritual healers, people known around the world, really some of the most well-known names in this arena, and all I can say is move over. There's a new kid in town. Beth is so accurate and so intuitive. Everything she does is so helpful. She shared things she was seeing and intuiting about my life and what I would be doing in the future, and I was so sure I must have told her some of those things, but I had not. And I'm so excited about the guidance I received. She says, run, don't walk, and have a session with Beth. I absolutely promise it will be one of the best experiences you have ever had and to have in the future that is guided by grace. So that's a big wow. Thank you.
You know, every time I hear that, read it, or see it. It's a big wow to me, too, because I love you, Deb. She's amazing, and having that kind of a tribute to someone who has had that great good fortune to experience global transformational healing, it's just humbling and honors me to have that experience, to have been able to work with her.
Yeah, it's powerful. And I want to read Kim that you talked to earlier typed in, and she said Beth's work is simply amazing. She said it's truly a blessing to be sharing this space with both of you and all that are on this call. Love and hugs. Love and hugs to you, Kim. Thank you for bringing your beautiful energy to share in our experience today. Thank you. And Beth, I don't know, can we take one more caller?
Absolutely.
Okay. I know that you have short time today, so we're going to try and honor that. But we have, let's see, we have Linda in Chicago, and the last four digits are 7527. I know that's your stomping ground.
And Deborah.
Wow.
So I'm getting full body chills, Linda, that you're the last caller.
Wow. I'm so lucky. This is Linda.
Hi,
Linda.
Hi.
How's the weather in Chicago? I talked to my stepdad this morning. He said it was kind of wet.
Well, actually, I'm in Louisville right now, but I live in Chicago.
You're missing it.
So, okay, got a lot of blocks going on. What in the heck is going on? And when I meditate, I receive these purple clouds, and the clouds are plasma-like, and they turn into faces. And
what do you do when you see those? When you have that experience of seeing purple clouds that turn into faces, what do you?
Well, I asked, what would you like to tell me? I don't get any answers, and then I'm very much in the alpha mode, and then my body will jerk, and then I'll come out of it, and I don't go any further.
Okay, so this is very common. Receive it, because before I even asked the question, what do you do, what I could feel was your body kind of tensing up. It was almost activating like an armor plate in front of your chest. And again, that whole thing I was just talking about, we don't need the story because that activates the mind, and then you've got that going and it opposes receiving. There's an energy around of that same sort that's happening to you. Instead of asking, who is this, receive it, observe it. Now, you could recall, if you were on the call from the beginning, when we came out of the activation, I said, notice what you notice. Does the air feel different? Does the light look different? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Just observe. Notice what you notice. So the next time the purple clouds with the faces come in, don't ask, who are you? What do you want me to know? Because I get that too sometimes. I get radio silence when I say, tell me something. And then they just stand.
Who are you?
Right. But if I let it come in and I let myself know and receive, and I'm getting a cascade of chills, my head is buzzing. I mean, you're right on the edge. It's like the door is open, your hand is on the doorknob, and you're turning around. You're not moving your hand. You're turning back and forth saying, this door is locked. But
then the body jerks. The body jerks, and I come out of it.
That's okay.
Really
then you pat the body, and you say, thank you, and you breathe again. Oh. You begin again.
Can you see what I'm being blocked with? What is going on with progress in my life?
There's what I see is that there's this pole that starts right around your third eye and goes all the way down past your root, and it's splitting your right and left side off, your right and left brain, your masculine, your feminine. That's the body jerking, right? That's the masculine saying, wake up out of this nonsense. When your feminine has you right there receiving, but the mind jumps back in and says, tell me something. So I would suggest and anyone who has any version of this going on for themselves, do your meditation, let whatever comes in come in, and receive it, and simply say thank you. Everything, every face, every clap, thank you, thank you. The body does pat it, thank you. And see, do it like a science experiment, because your mind needs something to do. You got to get the masculine and feminine in balance, and that is going to require some clearing. There are blocks there, but if you give that mental mind that task of being part of the expression of the thank you and the gratitude, it will calm it down so that your right brain, your feminine, can receive what is trying to come through. Stop trying to understand and just receive it.
I like that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Let us know how that goes.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you,
Have
Linda.
fun in Louisville.
Well, Beth, thank you so much for being here. And I know your time is short today, so we're going to let you go. But I am so grateful for all that you brought to us today, and take advantage of working with this beautiful woman and her incredibly powerful work. And your workshop starts tomorrow, so take advantage of that. But with that, we're going to say much love to you, Beth, and all of you for being here. Thank you.
Much love to you, Patty, and to everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being you, for shining your light, and for listening, for being here. Thank you.
And with that, we're going to say goodbye to everyone. Sending you all much love, big hugs. Bye-bye now. Bye now, Beth. Bye-bye.
Bye, Patty.